to you by SPHLforums.com. Don't forget that SPHL Weekly is plugged into social media. Find us at SPHL Weekly on both Facebook and Twitter.
And definitely hit us up there. We're on Facebook, SPHL Weekly, and the Twitter address is at SPHL Weekly. And let's take it to Biloxi, Mississippi, and talk to head coach Jeff Best, Mississippi Surge. Jeff, how are things going on in Biloxi tonight?
Things are well. Thanks for having me on. Things are good down here. Enjoying a warm green Christmas, so to speak.
Yeah. Definitely. Is it the same as in Laredo? You have warm Christmases over there as well, I'm sure, playing for the Bucks.
Oh, absolutely. You know what? And that's something, I'm not going to lie to you. I enjoy the warm weather, the cold weather. Maybe I've gotten soft over the years being down south for so long, so I certainly enjoy the warm weather.
Yeah. Talking about the Surge here, starting out the year, it seems like you guys, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, it seems like you guys kind of flying under the radar, playing some good hockey, but, not the flashy team like the Augusta or the Knoxville, but you guys are playing solid, steady hockey down there in Biloxi.
Well, I got a group of guys here. Yeah, we're a very young team, a lot of rookies, a lot of first-year guys, maybe second-year guys. But I credit my team. They work very hard, and, we go out each and every day, and with our work ethic that we have, we try to get out there and try to win and get 2 points each and every night.
Yeah, talking about some of your leaders on the team, of course, one of the carryovers, Mark Versteeg-Litwin, who is still leading your team in points. He's one of the leaders last year for the Surge as well in the championship team. What does he bring to the table, and what kind of experience he brings to the table to put everything together and kind of be the gel for your team?
Yeah, Mark's such a heady, crafty player with the puck. He might not be the fastest player in the league, but he's always in the right spot. He knows where to be. He's got an excellent shot, gets it off very quick. He doesn't seem to miss too often. And, he's just a calm, cool, collected fella who goes out each and every day and works hard. And, everybody else sees that in the dressing room, and, they learn by that work ethic of his.
Right, Rob Campbell too, and Jeff Grant. Maybe not veterans by definition of the SPHL, but definitely some some seasoned guys there. How are they helping out your club as well?
Well, they're also the leaders in the dressing room. Their work ethic. Like I say, I have no complaints about the work ethic that my guys have. They're certainly they make guys accountable. They've been around the league a couple of years. Jeff obviously played at a little higher level in the Central League for a year. And those are guys the young guys can look up to and lean on and ask questions to. And, it's part of the process of hockey players is, the veterans that were here at the team the past season, they've moved on. These guys have come in. They've stepped up into a leadership role. They're learning and growing as well. And, I'm very impressed with how they're accepting the role and what they're doing and helping the club out.
Right, we're talking about those veteran players, those seasoned guys. Talk to me now about some of the the first-year players. You got some of the rookies who might be making an impact, and some of the guys that might not be well known outside Biloxi and outside of your team, but are making a really huge mark for you.
Well, you got to start with goaltending. I got two first-year goaltenders, but both of them probably my two hardest workers. They're at the arena early in the morning, and they're the last two guys to leave, doing extra work off the ice, taking shots, and they're pushing each other. They're helping each other, and they've created a good friendship and a good bond and a good competitive spirit between both of them because they both want to get better and they both want to stop pucks and they both compete and battle and practice, and that's the main thing. And if you have that, it makes our shooters and our players much better each and every day. And I commend them on what they do and what they bring each and every day. I can't say enough about the first-year guys. They all come, they learn, they want to learn, they're excited, they want to get better. They're buying into the system, they're buying into the program, and they look forward to each and every day coming to the rink and practicing. We've been a little bit unfortunate. We haven't had much ice down here due to our Coliseum being booked out for events over the past couple of weeks. But this week we've gotten on the ice and we've gotten some practices. So it's been good to get out there, and it's been a lot of fun and to get back doing that with the team.
Yeah, you mentioned your goaltending for a little bit. Kiefer Smiley, of course, we named Player of the Week a week or two ago. Nick Eno, I don't think I've ever seen a stat, Jeff, and correct me if I'm wrong, in pro hockey where a guy's 3-8-0, but 2 of his 3 wins are shutouts. I mean, Nick is lights out when he's on, and but 3-8-0, of course, with a record below 500 there. And then Kiefer Smiley, what can you say about him? Won his first 5 starts for his last 2 games out.
Yeah, well, first of all, Nick, he's been a solid player in the net. Like you said, 2 shutouts out of his 3 wins, which is is phenomenal. He battles it each and every day, and stats sometimes are misleading. He certainly held us in a lot of games, and we've given up a few empty net goals trying to where I had to pull them, trying where we were down by a goal. In a lot of those games, they could have been much worse. It could have been by 4 or 5 goals. So he's kept us in a lot of games, and with Kiefer Smiley, like I said, they're both playing off each other. They're both working hard. He's come in. He's learned. He's watched. He's done what he's needed to do, and starting off with 5 wins and an overtime loss, which hurts. But we're a young team. It's baby steps. We're learning and we're getting to where we need to be. And hopefully another 15 games down the road, we'll be much better than where we are right now.
Looking at the transactions for your team here, and I see a lot of centermen that have had some transactions here, and I'm kind of asking you a question: is it the centerman in you that's coming out here, and looking at the prototype center you want, being a center yourself in your pro days, and knowing who you want on the ice, and trying to tweak and get the right fit there?
Well, you know what? Later in my career, when I was a player, I might have lost a step or 2, so I got moved to the wing. So, I look at it as a centerman or any quality forward. He can play all 3 positions, and that's what you need to do at this level, because in any given night with a roster that might be limited with injuries or, call-ups, you got to have a winger that can play center or a center that can play wing. And I'm just looking for the best mix and something that's going to improve our team each and every night. And you go with the best player. It doesn't matter what position he plays, in my mind.
Right. I lump you and even though you guys play on different teams, I lump you and Sean Gillum together as the 2 new guys from Central League who are now SPHL head coaches. I saw you saw the not the fire sale, but kind of the regrouping and trades that Sean did here a couple weeks ago in Fayetteville. Is there ever a time where you are thinking about going to the black book of CHL names, CHL contacts to maybe make your team better as well, parlaying those contacts you have with the Bucks to come in here and help out the Surge?
Well, I think every coach does that on every given day, trying to make his team better. It's not just if the team's not doing well. I'm in constant contact with all coaches at the higher level, which I'm sure every coach in this league is, and I'm in constant contact with coaches in the junior levels, always looking to improve my team. And when you're hovering around 500, you always want to improve your team, and but I'm not solely looking for the Central Hockey League coaches to help me out. I'm also working with the guys we have. I'm very confident with the players that we have on our team to take us, to the next level and to put a good winning streak together. And, if there's a player out there that's going to be able to help my team, then certainly I'd bring him in. But you just never know. And sometimes loyalty to your players goes a long way. And, I got a great group of guys right now, and they're working real hard, and I'm real excited about the steps we're taking.
Indeed, sounds good. 5 games now, the rest of the year you guys are playing, and none of them really are long trips. It's just Lafayette, Pensacola, and 2 games at home in Biloxi. How big is that to play this stretch out toward the end of the year and not really have to get on the bus and go too far, just 3 hours away either way?
Well, it's important. This is a big stretch for us. We need to make headway. Every team in the league can win a game on any given night by the way the league's going this year, and we certainly got to be prepared. And the easier the travel, the better chance we have to produce and to play at the optimum level that we can. So we're keying on Friday night, and then we have a couple days off over the Christmas Day, and then it's a big stretch. We got 4 games and 6 nights, and those are obviously big games. And of course, we play in Louisiana, host Augusta, and then we're over to Pensacola for 2 games. So those will be great tests for us, and to actually see where our team is at right now.
Right, the 1/3 poll of the season so far. You coached third of the year in Biloxi. Talk about your first season, maybe some things you might have learned, some things you know that have happened as expected for you, and your thoughts on the league in general and your first 18 games behind the bench here. Has it gone as expected for you?
Well, it's certainly been exciting. Obviously, I'd like to be 18-0, 19-0 right now, as every other coach would be, but I'm enjoying it. Have I made mistakes? Absolutely. You know, and am I learning? Yes, absolutely. You know, I go into each and every day learning something new, as well as my players do. So, you know, I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I'm really enjoying it. The team's doing well. Obviously, like a little bit more consistency. You know, sometimes you get that with a young team, but we're getting there. And you know, we're all having fun doing it as a team, and we're all looking to progress and get better, and you know, make a big charge here in the second half of the season.
Yeah, if I ask Mikey this too, and I'll ask you, if there's one thing under the tree that Santa can leave you to help out the Surge here the rest of the season, what would it be for you?
Oh, man. You know what? I say we got – that's a tough question, you know, because there's a lot of things. You know, I'd like Wayne Gretzky for one, but, you know, he's too old and he'll never play at this level. But
there's a whole NHL deal too.
Yeah, exactly, right. But we have a great nucleus of fans here. And, you know, we've really been going out in the community. Our organization, front office staff, right down to our players have been getting out in the community, getting more involved, and trying to get more fans into the building. When there's fans in that building, when we get them in there, that it's rocking. And the support we get, the players notice it, the fans are excited. And, you know, so that's what we're doing, and that's something that we're going to strive to keep doing. And you know, that'd be great. You know, I know we're going to have a lot of school kids coming out over the next 2 games here at home, and, you know, that's something that I like, to put on a good performance for the fans coming in and supporting us down here in Biloxi.
Yeah, that's about to say, with you being a former Seawolf yourself in the East Coast League there in Biloxi, how big is it to have a rockin' MCC, and how big is it for you to, you know, you're doing your part now, and, you know, with the SPHL, even the coach is the guy in the office, too, making the moves and getting the folks out there.
It's fun, and we enjoy it, and the fans are seeming to enjoy it. You know, I remember when I was a kid growing up, and I got to meet, you know, a hockey player. You know, I wanted to go out and watch him and support him and cheer him on, and made my day when one of the players gave me a high five when I was waiting at the, you know, entranceway when they were coming onto the ice. So, you know, all my players have been certainly very good with that. They're great citizens, and, you know, it's something that we all strive to do, and it's a lot of fun, and we certainly appreciate the fan support that we get down here.
Yeah, one last question before I let you go. You know, you've been coaching behind the bench for 18 games now. Has there ever been a time where you're just like, damn, let me get out there. Give me a stick. Let me take a shift. You know, being not that far removed from playing.
No way, man. I'm way too old for that. I couldn't keep up to these guys. I tell you what, the SPHL, it's a quality league. It's real good. There's a lot of good players in this league that can play at the next level, and, you know, you've seen it. You've seen it happen so far this year with the call-ups that we've had. You know, it's a growing league. It's a great league. It's, you know, and it's only going to get better. And I'm just real happy and proud to be a part of it.
All right, that's Jeff Best, head coach of the Surge. Thanks for joining us. We definitely appreciate it, and good luck to you and the Surge heading into this Christmas holiday and further on in the season.
I really appreciate it. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody out there listening, and to yourself, Dana. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Jeff. Same to you. That's Jeff Best, head coach of the Mississippi Surge down the Gulf Coast. When we come back, Kyle Lundale of the Mississippi River Kings will join us. You're listening to SPHL Weekly on Blog Talk Radio.